Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Your Voice. I am your host, Anita DeFrancesco, and this program is dedicated to all the voiceless women of the world. May your voice be heard. This was born, this title, It's Your Voice, out of the DonnaGentiliStory.com. It's a cousin of mine who was silenced back in 1985 in San Diego. Anyhow, I am her voice, and we are keeping her voice alive with this podcast. And this podcast is a hybrid of topics under the subjects of mindfulness, sexuality, and relationships. So we'll be talking about different things each week here, and later on I'll be interviewing people, but right now it will just be me. So today's topic is going to be forgiveness for better self-love, romance, and passion. How do you have that passionate sex, that love, that connected higher power love, if you haven't gotten rid of all of the baggage? Not all of it, but some of it. You have to forgive for yourself. Forgiveness is a gift. It's not about forgiving the person, the people, the lovers, the ex-lovers, the parents, or the kids in school that bullied you. What it's really about is forgiving for yourself, forgiving yourself or allowing yourself to be in there. And once you forgive yourself, you move on and let go of the situation that created this dis-ease in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. And when we forgive for ourselves, we become stronger, more empowered as an individual, and we're able to fight. To save yourself, folks, to save yourself. Good morning, you're listening to It's Your Voice, dedicated to all the voiceless women of the world. May your voice be heard. Let's take a breath here. This is episode 3, and we are talking about forgiveness for better self-love, romance, and passion. Now, some of the things about forgiveness, being that it is a gift, it is a decision. We have to make these cut-clear decisions with our emotional being. Otherwise, you will become split. You will split off into armor. You will split off into a part of yourself that will become defensive or not as happy. And this eats in and bites away at your passion. And your passion for life, not just for love and sexuality, for your life force. Clearing those emotional wounds is key, which gets in the way of the successful relationship. So if we do not pay attention to these beautiful, beautiful emotions, they can cut in and break away what we call a successful relationship. Freeing up and letting go of this baggage. And once you can let go of this, you can attract a potential partner and have what we call, quote unquote, a healthy relationship. Now, isn't that nice to have a healthy relationship? And once you let go of the baggage, you're letting go of the resentment, the limitations, these things that keep you in resistance, folks. Resistance is not where you want to live. That is the danger. Being in resistance is where the grudges are, and you become self-destructive when you hold on to the resentments and the grudges and the pain from the past. So we have to maybe make a list. I would start there. Sit down, make a list of all of the things in your life that you thought hurt you, gave you pain, or went against you, or made you angry. And these are the things we will work out one by one. Now, I practice what I call somatic therapies. I'm a psychotherapist and a love and relationship coach. Tantra Wisdom is part of the love and relationship work, and I practice Dr. Wilhelm Reich's work, somatic organ energy breathing therapies, which is different than yoga, of course. Now, Tantra is a yoga. It is a yoga of opening up the senses in the body, but the organ therapy, orgonomy, as developed by Dr. Wilhelm Reich, is a wonderful process of opening up and getting in touch with that split and bringing your split together. But I do virtual work, and I also do work live in person in Philadelphia if you're in this area. So now let's getting back to how to become this person that forgives themselves and getting in touch with those feelings. You have to release and give up the unburdenness, remove the emotional clutter. I know that sounds like it's a lot. Emotional clutter is so involved. We have to undo these blocks, but it takes little by little. That's why I say a good way to start is make a list. Once you have forgiveness, you have emotional freedom and change. And these are the things that can happen. You uncover the hurts. You're basically facing and acknowledging your pain. I know this is hard to do for some people, but it's getting real. It's part of the surrender to the self, having a relationship with your own feelings, getting into the joy rather than the denial. And again, the big question is how? Like I just told you, it involves therapy, folks, therapy. So one way to start is about making statements of how you forgive yourself. So for example, let's take a breath, breathing in, folks. Yes, breathe in the positive energy. I forgive myself for putting up with a man who belittled me. I forgive myself for sacrificing my ideals. I forgive myself for not living in peace when the world is in an uproar. So these are the things, or what else do you forgive yourself for? So you can start making your own statements. Forgiveness, remember, is for you, for your spiritual insufficiencies and losses, not for someone else, not for those people that hurt you. And once you forgive yourself for you, those people will have meant nothing. You can even face them, whatever they did to you that hurt you, without any feeling, you will have removed that from you will have restructured your cognition to a point of removing that you will be in the steps up into your higher power. One way to start doing this, beside making statements and a list of things also, is to pamper yourself. Recycle those old hurts. Again, restructuring your cognition. It's all about the worthiness of the self-worth and the esteem. And this is where it comes from. This is where people belittle and steal your power, and they put a lid on you and they dismiss you, or they hurt you, they harm you physically, mentally, emotionally, is because they have a low self-worth, folks. So you need to look at that, and they're having you become them. So get on that ball, folks. Get on the ball here. Awaken. Start to work on processing, forgiving. It is a gift. Learn and grow from every relationship, every experience, and embody this somatically. Experience it in your body. Allow it to dissolve from the ego. Dissolve from the ego. Now, to err is human, but to forgive is divine. Yes, forgiving is a divineness. And what does forgiveness do for us in the end? It opens us up for understanding and empathy. And from there, you can rebuild yourself, recreate yourself. You can open up, again, remember, letting go of the grudges, the resistance, and the limitations, because self-destruction is not productive. Surrender to your heart, open to your feelings. And what I want to leave you with is that once you open up to this higher power of forgiveness, the real love will set in, the real love for the self, the real love for the universe, the real love for a genuine partner in life. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that for today, and I want to thank you for listening to It's Your Voice. I have been your host, Anita DeFrancesco. And again, this podcast is dedicated to all the voiceless women of the world. May your voice be heard. It was born and dedicated to the DonnaGentiliStory.com, itsyourvoice.org. And you can find me out there in Tantra Wisdom, on Instagram, TantraWisdom.com. I have a group page on Facebook as well. You can just find me and let me hear what you have done to make yourself better, and how you have learned that really it is not about holding on to, it is about opening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye-bye for now, folks.